What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the difference between listing price versus property value. So here in Toronto, it's a common tactic to list the property at a lower price to get as many eyes on that property as humanly possible. That is a sales tactic. So the listing price itself is simply a sales tactic by the listing agent, again, to get as many people and as many eyes on that property as possible. So a common question that I get asked is, how much under that property value do we list the property at? And honestly, it's kind of a crapshoot. It all depends. There's no real number, there's no real answer for you on the actual number that we list and how low compared to what we actually want for that property. So it's always funny to us when we see other realtors posting sold for $200,000 over asking price. Well, that just means it's sold for what the property is worth. So even though it's sold for $200,000 over what the actual listing price was, what it's sold for is the property value. In Toronto here, you guys will commonly hear about bidding wars. In our world, we call them multiple offer situations. What this means is that the listing agent has set a listing price, they've set a listing presentation date at a certain time and period, and they will not likely accept any offers until that time and place. And the major issue with that as a consumer is you see, let's say for this example, a listing price of $499,000, okay? You are unsure as a consumer on what the actual property value is because you see the listing price of $499,000. Another huge issue is that you see that listing price of $499,000 and come offer presentation night, as the consumer and as the realtor that's representing you on the buyer side, we are aware of how many offers are registered, but what we're not aware of is what those other offers are registered at and their price. So again, we're aware of how many offers are registered, but we don't know the prices of those other offers. So for this scenario, we have a listing price of $499,000 for this condo that you really like, okay? And this is exactly why you need to hire a realtor that knows exactly what they're doing in this situation, because it's our job as real estate professionals to guide you and educate you on this whole process. It's our job to show you what the actual property value is so you don't get tricked by that listing price. One of the ways that we can show you how we came to that actual property value is we can send you recently sold units or houses in that area or that same building. And that'll let you see exactly what the property value is, give or take some money, depending on a lot of things, depending on the floor, for a condo, lot size for houses, upgrades, basement suites. The list goes on and with to add and take away money, but at the end of the day, we can show you and give you a very close estimate of what we think this property value actually is. So we're back to that $499,000 offer night presentation. Tonight is the offer night. It's listed at $499,000. There are 10 plus registered offers on this property. One of the main issues we see now is that unfortunately, a lot of realtors don't explain this to their clients. So again, it's our job to educate you and show you what the property value actually is. But unfortunately, on offer night, let's say there's 10 offers. Truthfully, only 4 or 5 of those offers are actually good offers, and the rest might have too many conditions or just be way under the property value. And again, that's the realtor's fault for not educating their clients properly to let them know what the property value actually is. Again, the listing price is strictly a sales tactic. With that being said, not to shit on other realtors, but sometimes we have to let our clients fail to actually fully gain our trust because, again, the listing price is a sales tactic, but it's very enticing as a consumer to see a listing price of $499,000 when you really like the property. And if you don't fully understand that the listing price is a sales tactic, of course you're going to expect to pay $499,000 when in reality the property is probably worth closer to $600,000. So as a realtor, sometimes we have to let our clients fail, hopefully only once, for them to fully trust us and understand this process. One last point that I want to touch on in the whole debate between what listing price and property value is that some occasions what happens is the listing agent sets a low price, the sales tactic of $499,000, and let's say in this situation the house value is around $600,000. What can happen sometimes is that on that offer presentation night, there will be 0 offers registered, okay? So as the buyer with no competition, the buyer will obviously think they have the upper hand, which they do. However, what you have to understand is that most sellers are completely aware of what their property is actually worth. So just because there are no offers registered and you might be bringing the only offer, it doesn't mean you're gonna get it for that listing price because again, listing price is a sales tactic. It could be listed at $1, they're not gonna sell at $1. These sellers know their property worth and their listing agent knows the property worth as well. So in this situation, what happens if there are no registered offers and the only buyer that brings an offer is just too low and not close enough to what the seller wants, what would happen is the listing agent would take down that listing, likely, and relist the following day at the price they actually wanted. So what I wanted to get across here is that they don't have to sell their property. You still have to bring a competitive offer to get that property. However, this might be a great chance for you to get some sort of deal, as there's no other competition. To wrap this up, guys, I think everyone understands now the difference between the listing price and the actual property value. But what I want to hit home here is that this is exactly why you need to use a realtor that you trust and that you know knows exactly what they're doing. Because you're relying fully on your realtor to come up with that property value estimate. At the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to get you the best price possible and get you that property if they do know what they're doing. So it's super important you guys research your realtors and make sure you use somebody that you know and you can trust. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys understand now the difference between listing price and property value. I'd appreciate any feedback, and if you guys are liking the videos that I'm putting out, please hit the subscribe button below and the notification button so you don't miss any videos that I put out. Thanks, guys.